In this video, traders, I'm going to run through a checklist so you can check that the broker you're trading with or considering trading with is regulated and registered with the FCA, and ultimately your funds are protected by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. Stay tuned. Hey traders, a warm welcome to you. Alright, so this seems like a boring topic, right? Traders, talk about setups, talk about strategies, where's the market going to go, what's the best indicator, all the stuff we like. But listen guys, this is important because this is kind of your worst case scenario. This is the ultimate losing trade. We talk about wiping out accounts and the vulnerability of all the operational stuff in trading, but this is the ultimate black swan event. This is ultimate fat tail stuff. So what we want to do guys in this video is I'm going to show you how we can check that the company, the broker you're trading with is regulated and registered with the FCA, and if your money is protected by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. Now, this video is sponsored by our channel sponsor Core Spreads. There's a link to these guys in the description below. CFDs, spread bets, go and check them out and see if they're right for you. What I'm going to do in this video though is we're going to check to see if these guys are regulated, go through the process so you can check for yourself, and you can also check the broker you're trading with and make sure that the broker you're trading with is ultimately regulated. Right, so before we go to the screen and check that out, I want to tell you a little story. Why is this important? You might think no one goes bust, it's never going to happen. And yes, the chance of a broker going bust, very, very slim. The chance of you having to claim from the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, very, very slim, which by the way is £85,000 but backed by the government. Basically means if the company goes under and there's no money left in the pot, the company will underwrite, the government underwrites it. Now, I've been through this process many years ago. I opened, I think it was a 4th or 5th spread betting account with a company, put the money in, literally, I'd say it was a couple of weeks later, bang, they're gone under. This was something else going on. It wasn't just an operational winding down of the company, because if it's that, generally speaking, because the money's segregated, the money comes back from the company anyway. This was, there's no money left, guys. So how to go through the process, super easy. You know, fair play to the FCA. Form came out, they just said, is this the account number? Is this how much you've got in the account? Yes. Form goes back, and literally a few months, money came back to me. Super simple. Slight inconvenience for not having the money, maybe, but felt confident throughout the whole thing and got the money back. Compare that to a friend of mine, trader. He was trading with an unregulated firm, attracted by tight spreads, attracted by kind of bonuses and all this kind of stuff. Went in, didn't think it would be much of an issue. I think it was why he was aware it was unregulated. Didn't think it was too much of an issue. Anyway, started to make a bit of money, made some money. Went to pull some money out of his account, and we're not talking tens and tens of thousands here. Probably a couple of grand. Thought we'd just pull a couple of grand out, 5 or 6 grand or whatever it was. Couldn't get it. Quiet. They kept asking for more stuff. He thought this isn't something wrong here. Anyway, turned out it was a scam, or not necessarily went out to be a scam, but turned out it was unregulated. He lost all his money. Simple as that. There's no one to go to, not covered by the FSCS, and that's it. It's gone. So it's important, guys. It's boring, yes. Not as exciting, not sexy, but important. Do it once. Check it. Check your brokers all legit, sort it out. And then you can carry on with your trading and get back into the process. Anyway, let's hit the screens. What we're going to do is find out if core spreads are regulated and go through the process so you can check out for yourself with your broker. Let's hit it. All right, guys, so core spreads, here we go. They tell you a little bit about what they do. So here we go. We'll talk about, right, so the money's protected. So the general thing, guys, is that the FCA say that the rules are set out. If you're regulated by the FCA, basically you have to hold client funds separately. In other words, it's put in a separate bank account, it's segregated. They can't use it for operational purposes. They can't use it for wages, for marketing, for office, rent, rates, whatever. Can't be done. So it basically means if they go into liquidation, your money is ring fenced from the creditors, it's protected. However, if something else happens and that money gets stolen or whatever, then you're covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, which is the FSCS. So as long as they're a regulated firm, you're covered by that. So how do we check? So what we do, guys, is we go down to the footer generally, and we look. Now here they'll have the company name, which is FinSA Europe Limited, because core spreads is a trading name. So watch out for that. I'm going to give you a little bit of a hack and a trick to check that later on. Company name, fine. If you want to go and check that on Company's House, then do so. That's public information. You can check that that's all correct. But what we're interested in here today is this. Authorized, regulated by the FCA. Fine. This is the number we want here. So what I'm going to do is I want to copy this number here. I want to go to the register.fca.org.uk. I'm going to paste this number in. There we go. I'm going to search the register. Now, this is going to tell me if this company is indeed regulated and registered with the FCA. Right, that's the company name. We know that's correct because we checked it here. Okay, that's the first step. Firm is given permission to provide regulated products and services, all the stuff that applies to you. Financial Ombudsman Service fee complaints, Financial Services Compensation Scheme, saying you might be eligible if it fails, which you're most likely going to be. Very, very rare scenarios, you know, if it's regulated and registered, fine. Place of business, let's just double check that. 9th floor, 30 Crown Place, go down to here. 9th floor, 30 Crown Place, correct. That's all good, that's all good. Company's house number, let's just double check that. We go back on here, that's correct. And like I say, go on company's house if you want to double check that as well. Okay, all fine so far. And individuals we're not interested in so much. What we're interested in here is whether they are, here you go, permission. So permission. So we're confirming here that it must protect the client money. So it can't loan it out, can't use it for its own business operational terms. We just talked about that. What I'm interested in now is whether they're authorized to provide spread betting and CFDs, which they claim to be. Spread bet, correct, right. CFDs, there we are, CFDs as well. Excluding spread bet, that's separate, and rolling Forex. So that's what I'm interested in as well. So far so good. All good, above board, legitimate. Final thing, guys, we need to check is the trading brand name. So the brand name here, we know the company name is FinCEN Europe Limited. Trading under a brand name of Core Spreads, bang, that is correct. So we know now that this is legitimate. These guys are indeed regulated by the FCA. You're covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. You are all good. So it's worth doing that, double checking it. It doesn't take 5-10 minutes, guys. At least you know you're protected. And you've got £85,000 worth of cover should the worst ever happen. Now, it's worth just pointing out, guys, under that trading name section, if you have more than £85,000 and you've got it in a couple of different spread betting accounts, which if you would be prudent unless you needed that amount of margin specifically for one particular trade or many multiples of trades in your trading size to be covered, you're up to 85,000. Maybe you split it into a couple of different brokerages, spread betting firms, CFD firms. Make sure the trading name is not the same under the limited company, because it's the limited company that's actually protected, not the trading name. So there are some companies that operate different trading names. Make sure it's spread out into different limited companies to make sure you're fully protected. And that goes without saying with the it's a tip that some people give as well, isn't it, for banking? If you kind of retail banking, if you've got money, make sure the bank is not a brand under another company or another bank. So anyway, that's that, guys. The final thing is there are companies that are operating under regulation from places like Cyprus and Malta, which is fine. Slightly looser regulation, and they're not as generous with the regulation limit. In other words, not as generous, with the compensation. It's around €20,000, so way less protection than you get. So if you're trading in the UK, guys, FCA regulated, authorized by the FCA, registered with the FCA, then you're covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. A little bit of due diligence now means that you're protected should the worst ever happen. And that really is the ultimate stop loss, right? Okay, guys, take care. See you next one. Bye-bye.